Yo, 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 how's it going, LAFC fans? It's your boy, Luis Bryan. The FIFA international break is coming to an end, which means the MLS playoffs, the infamous MLS playoffs, are back this upcoming weekend. We have a lot of matches, but most importantly, LAFC visits Vancouver. I will be going to Vancouver. This will be my very first time in Vancouver and Canada. So make sure to comment down below any suggestions, any tips for arriving, where to go visit, where to go eat, some cool activities to do in Vancouver. And guys, I'm very excited to support LAFC outside the country for, is it my first time? Yeah, this will be my very first time. So guys, we already went to Atlanta for the Club World Cup. Now I'm here to support in Vancouver. Stay tuned for my LAFC content up there. And if you guys want to come out, do some interviews, do some quick content over there, also let me know in the comment section below. And guys, we're all here to support the same team. We're all here for the same mission. So let's go support our black and gold over there in Vancouver. But without further ado, let's talk about what to expect this upcoming weekend. Let's talk about the bracket, who I think will be advancing to the next round, and ultimately the MLS CUP Final. And will LAFC have any future home matches in this playoff race? So let's get started and talk about the bracket. As it stands right now, on the West, you have San Diego versus Minnesota. San Diego hasn't had a streak. They've had a hell of a season. Their first season, we got to clap it up for them. No hate from my end as a fellow Californian. I hope to see a Western Conference Final, San Diego versus LAFC. As you know, LAFC has had a good run in their first couple of seasons since they came into MLS. So I wish every new team the best and hope they keep winning. And as a LAFC fan, I also want my sweet revenge. So facing them in the Western Conference Final would be a very good matchup. Even though they're facing the goalkeeper of the year in Minnesota, San Diego will win that match. And on the other side, before we get to LAFC and Vancouver, let's talk about the other side over here. Philadelphia versus New York City. New York City has had a very good playoff run. However, they have been a little bit shaky in the MLS season. So I'm going to give this win to Philadelphia. And at the bottom, guys, in this key right here, you're going to see the potential MLS Cup finalist between Cincinnati and Miami. Miami is packed with all superstars, let alone Messi. He could just destroy your defense. Cincinnati has had a really good run, especially coming out from eliminating Columbus. It's going to be kind of hard to stop Cincinnati. So one of those is going to advance to the MLS Cup Final. I think Miami's going to take it. So I ultimately believe Philadelphia will be facing Miami in the Eastern Conference Final. Now, before we talk about Vancouver versus LAFC this weekend, does LAFC have any chance to ever playing at home in this playoff run? Well, if you look at our bracket, our side of the bracket, you have San Diego versus Minnesota. The only team above us is San Diego when it comes to the higher seed, since they ended in first place, and Minnesota is in fourth place. So the only way we could ever play at home on the conference final would be if Minnesota wins, which is highly unlikely in my opinion. If LAFC wins this match and Minnesota wins their match, we'll be having a Western Conference Final at home at BMO Stadium, since we ended in the third seed and Minnesota in fourth. Now let's say we potentially make it all the way to the MLS Cup Final. Will we play at home? Now this is our only hope, guys. Our only hope is if New York City beats Philadelphia, beats either Cincinnati and Miami, and makes their way into the MLS Cup Final. Now, even though LAFC and Miami are both third in their respective conference, if we're looking at the standings, Miami ended the regular season with 65 points, while LAFC ended with 60 points. So, if we want to host an MLS Cup Final, we would need New York City to beat out Philadelphia and to beat either Cincinnati or Miami in the Eastern Conference Final. That's going to be very tough and very complex scenario, but that would be the only way BMO Stadium will host the MLS Cup Final. Now, before we even make it to the Western Conference Final, or let alone, the MLS Cup Final, let's talk about this matchup. And this matchup is going to be for the ages, guys. This is Son Heung-min Bouanga versus Thomas Müller and Berhalter. Guys, these two teams are stacked, all right? Vancouver was not really a favorite team 2 years, 3 years ago. LAFC would always beat them at home or away. But now this team right here, this Vancouver from this year, they went real far in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. They were close to being champions, guys. Close. But ever since the summer transfer window, LAFC have just been on fire. They've been dominating the West. They had a couple losses, yes. But ever since Son came, it's just been a whole entire team. Because before Son, we had the Club World Cup. It didn't go so well. We had the match of the year versus Club America. But guys, ever since Son came, it's just like the team has been flowing better. More plays, more goals, more assists between our top goal scorers. So guys, we just ended our regular season with a bang. But let's give credit where it's due for Vancouver Whitecaps. They made it far in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and they recently lifted a Canadian Cup. So after this summer transfer window, guys, they got Müller. He's been scoring a lot of goals. LAFC will beat out Vancouver by the minimum. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals. Maybe 2 max from each team. But I think LAFC will win by the minimum. It's going to be a really difficult game, guys. It's away. There's way more Vancouver fans. Everyone has been showing up to the stadium after they've been winning and getting really far in these tournaments. So it's going to be a tough situation there in BC Place. But I think LAFC will get a win. And guys, there you have it. So guys, that is what we could expect this weekend. I'll be touching down in Vancouver in the afternoon. And I'm excited to check out all the beautiful spots it has to offer. And guys, we'll be filming a vlog on Friday. We'll be filming the whole game experience on Saturday. And I'll make sure to edit that thing quick. That way you guys could enjoy it just like I did in person. And there you have it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. And make sure to like and subscribe, guys, because we're going to try to make the best content as possible for you guys. And thank you to everyone who has been supporting throughout this whole season, throughout these couple of years that I have been making LAFC content. So let's just end the video here. I'll catch you guys this weekend in Vancouver for LAFC versus Vancouver Whitecaps. And until then, peace out.